All right, so who here knows who Grant Menard is? Raise your hand. Damn, that's some brand exposure right there. Look at that, that's fucking great. Who here knows Detailer's Roadmap or myself? Fuck yeah, beat Grant! Hell yeah! Just by like 2 fucking hands. Hell yeah, let's go. Awesome.
Who knows me now? There we go.
Let me do a little introduction. So Grant, if you don't know, is one of the friendliest, most awesome people in the world. He's over in Bucks County, what is it, Pennsylvania? Jesus. Amazing individual, probably just slightly better business owner, has almost, 26 employees at this stage?
Yep.
Multiple 7-figure businesses, just knows how to build people, knows how to build business. And I asked him, hey, you're one of my best friends. I want to do something on employees and how you can actually accelerate employees for detailed business owners, because detailed business owners fuck it up a lot.
Bad.
If you don't know who we are, on my side, Detailer's Roadmap, we do websites, we do SEO, do something a little bit more fun for the marketing side if you've been seeing RPM. But today, I am not going to sell you anything. Fuck yeah. Oh, I know. Subtle move, but you'll actually see how we do this, and you'll be like, I want something from that guy, or I want to work with Grant, or I want to talk to them more. So Built to Scale is really a core playbook on how to build an 8-figure team, okay? And so at the end of the day, we lose it. Ooh. Gotta go real close. Not close enough. Close, not close. Mic check, nope. Damn. Thank you, sorry. Already broke some shit. So values are, I wanna kind of talk to you real quick about understanding how to build a team. I'm on my 3rd company. I could get to 8 figures every time. It's pretty easy for me at this stage. It actually gets easier and easier and easier. But it's not a skill set that I had when I started 15 years ago. It is like detailing a car. There's a process, and you gotta learn it. And it's something you gotta learn and learn and learn and learn. So let's talk about this real quick. And it's not gonna be too heady, but stay with me, okay? Forewarning, some of you are gonna cry. You're gonna burst out crying. Do not make that person feel bad, okay? I'm just gonna forewarn you right now. Half of you are smiling, ain't gonna be me, it's gonna be you.
I cried at a dinner table.
So
next to Pat.
The thing with values is I learned this in a very subtle fashion, but I used to hire people and I used to say, what's important to you? Or what can I do to help you out? Or what matters the most to you? And my employees would basically say money or time, right? Or I need more time off or money. It's a default answer almost, right? Like I want to get paid well, right? And you as a business owner, you're like, wow, I just got to keep fucking paying this guy. Fuck, fuck. Damn, it just keeps asking for money. And a little story to this is that when my very first hire, fuck it. I give up. MTE, you failed me. My very first hire on Detailer's Roadmap, her mom died a few weeks after I hired her. My very first hire was like, and I was paying 50 grand, I'll give you a heads up. That was like all the money I had, right? My salary was going to her salary. And I had a decision at that point. Do you say, hey, take your time off, come back whenever you need to? I made like a real, in my mind, an easy decision. And I said, you just take whatever time you need. If it's 3 weeks, 3 months, I got your salary, take your time off. I knock on wood, I think that person's gonna probably stay with me for the rest of my life as an employee, right? She's gonna stick with me. The boss, fucking MTE. You're throwing me around. So, at the end of it, there was a gentleman who kind of talked to us about it. And I didn't know I was doing it, but I at the core of it, I was finding out what people care about the most. The default answer is always time and money, and I get that. It's absolutely important. But there's a gentleman who kind of showed me something a few years after I kind of learned this a little bit. His name's Ray Sanders. So if you ever want to learn this strategy, I give a lot of kudos to Ray. Ray is the one that actually kind of formed this idea a little bit finer. So if you go to raysanders.com, he's got a book. He's a tremendous individual. He's going to actually teach you a few things about really scaling a team. Ironically, he built this for your spouse. I adapted it for a team. Okay, and so we'll walk through that here in a second. So if we could start passing out the cards, there's about 6 per table. So we have these book of cards. They're going to come around to you, and they're going to start passing all these out. You can go ahead and start opening them up. But I want to really ask you, when is the last time you considered what you value in your life? This is a very specific question. And I want you to start thinking, what do I value the most in my life? Do you care about honesty? Do you care about time? Do you care about money? Do you care about freedom, transparency, honesty? Because the value that you care about comes down to everything of how you are built as a person. It defines how you talk to customers. It defines how you talk to your spouse. It defines how you react to people. The values are a very, very big thing, okay? And so when you're kind of thinking about this, I want you to think about yourself. Not as a business owner, not as an employee. What do you value in your life? Okay, so they're passing around these cards. And here's the other one. So as you're opening it, look at this. Everybody has a story. Okay? People want to be heard. But I'm going to ask you something. How do you motivate people if you don't fucking know them? How many people work with somebody for 40 fucking hours and don't know what matters to them more than anything? You work next to these people 40 hours a week. I spend more time with Taylor and Pat than I do with my own wife right now. But Pat's pretty. Okay? If you don't know these people, how are you going to motivate them? Detailing is amazing because you guys are actually fucking business owners. Right? You could get fired on Tuesday. Wednesday, you could have a fucking job and you can own the world. It's your company. It's not too many businesses that could do that. You can't do that with HVAC. You can't do that with an electrician, you know? So if you don't know people, but everybody's got a story to tell. Okay, and it's coming back to these values. Values give you incredible insight. Okay, and everyone's got a story, and when you're working with people for years, it sure matters the difference beyond, hey, how was your day? Okay, and I'm going somewhere with this. So, do you know your people's values? So these cards that I'm passing out to you, there's 50 of them. There's 50 things, so don't open them yet. I see a couple people poking them up. I saw you. You smiled right at me. So do you know your people's values? This is super core insight. And what I'm teaching here today is going to kind of mind fuck you a little bit. So take a little bit of mind fuck around, and you'll have to kind of watch this back and see how we did this. So how do you motivate people if you don't know them is really the core thing. People want to be seen and they want to be known. Your employees, they want to be seen. They want to be known. Doesn't necessarily mean you come up to them and say, hey, great job. But you really have to know who they are as a person to motivate them. And I'll kind of walk you through a couple scenarios here. So go ahead, pull out your cards. There's 50 cards in here. Bust them all open and start, and I know you guys are tight on space, but go ahead and start spreading them out on the table in front of you. And it's okay, you can make a little mix mash. I know I should have told you clear the desk beforehand, but they didn't give me a proper working mic, so this is my subtle difference between.
This is our mic.
When you're looking at these cards, what you're kind of going to start doing here, I don't want you to worry so much about the definition that's below it, but looking at these cards, pretend that these are your value, okay? And I want you, as you're going through them and you're laying them out and you're starting to see some stuff, I saw one guy fucking already head nod. He's like, he fucking put it to the side right away. He fucking knew right out of the gate that was something to him. I want you to pick 10 cards that you value to you as a human being. As a business owner, just pick 10. Shove the rest to the side, okay? So a couple people, I can see it already. They're already like, boom, that's this one. What matters to you the most? There's no vanity in this. I mean, I'll tell you some of mine and we'll go through it. We're gonna give you about 3 minutes here, okay? And you're gonna struggle picking out just 10. It's again, 10 of your most core values. I'll come by, I'll tease you a little bit. Yours is fitness, I hate to break it to you.
And when you're going through this, don't be thinking about what others could see your value as.
Yep.
Really take it internally.
Think
It doesn't
internally.
matter what the person next to you chooses, it's all about
Yours
you.
is freedom. If it's not in there, you're I already know most of these for you. If you're not picking the right ones for you, I'm going to call you out. So you got about 2 more minutes. Once again, don't get hung on that definition. And just try to get 10. And some of them will call out. There's some in there that'll probably mean the same thing to you, right? Like sometimes transparency and honesty. But it's okay, just kind of get those 10 and shove the rest away.
It's a sign that you need.
We didn't bring enough for these fucking guys.
That's you all day, dog.
No.
You get 11. You get 11.
If you stop by the booth, you shake my hand, you let me pitch you a website, I'll get you a deck of cards. You got an extra set? Thank you for offering that. I appreciate that. Who wants to know their... No problem. Who wants to know who they are as a core value of a human being? Who needs one? You, sir?
Play poker. Good, you're my kind of guy then.
Okay,
I'll take
I know
all
it's
your
stuck on 2 minutes, but
cards,
you
good.
actually got a minute. You got 59 seconds.
You go next?
Not quite yet. I think might have just got stuck on. Oh shit.
We're back.
How we feeling? Need more time. You're always gonna say that. Don't worry about it. Get fucking better. Let's see. You want a little perception here? Time, that's for fucking sure. That's for sure. Yeah, that's pretty on par for your brand. Okay. Got your 10? Okay, you ready to hate me? I lied to you. Knockout 5! This is for you as a human being. This is not you as a business. I don't care. It's you as a human being. Watch where I'm going with this. What do they say in, what's the movie with Adam Sandler where he's playing football? And he's like that. No, the other one, the one where he's like.
Not Happy Gilmore.
Waterboy.
Waterboy, yeah.
Just start tackling. So you're taking your 10, you're dropping it down to 5. You could keep the 5 that you push, put it away, save it for a different day. Give me your 5 most important things about you as a person. Okay? If I were to lay these 5 cards out, I could say this is that person in a nutshell out of the gate. A lot of you got to the 5 real quick. A lot of other ones are really struggling. Look at Billy over there. Look at him. He's freaking out. He doesn't know what he's doing.
I like the swap out.
RPM customer number 3 over there. Look at that.
I like the swap out, yeah.
I know. Okay, you got 30 seconds.
Yeah, I love it.
We're all good. Lift your head up if you got your 5. Ooh, show me some eyeballs. The easiest way to think of this is if the fire chief comes by, you're just grabbing your 5 most important things in the house. So just these are the 5 things you're walking away with, okay? Look down at those cards. We're going to talk about a little bit of a story here, okay? So this one's, if you got some time, we're going to look at these 5. I might even ask a few of you guys a few of these as well. So we're going to talk about, remember I was talking about story a little bit? So I'm going to tell a couple stories of why certain values kind of pop up on your deck. Everyone's got their own values. They only tie to their own person, but everyone's got a story. Why did you pick this, right? There's a certain reason why you picked them. Okay? I'll tell you a few of mine. I'll give you a couple. So I'm going to actually tell Ray's version, who taught me this as well. But I'll give you Ray's story. So Ray's story is Ray's in his 60s, 70s, and basically Ray had the most abusive home known to man. Dad used to beat him, beat his sisters, beat his mom within an inch of his life when he was like 8, 9, 10 years old. This guy would just come home, addicted to booze and alcohol, and just beat the living shit out of his kids and his wife. So around 10 years old, Ray had to put a gun in his dad's mouth to get him to stop. 10 years old, had to put a gun in his dad's mouth and had to wait for the cops for however long it was. Crazy story. Dad went away for 30 years, something like that. And so when Ray tells that story, and you ask Ray today, what is the 5 most core values of you as a person? What do you think one of his cards are on his table? She said it right off the bat. Whoever said it. Who was it? Back there? Free website. Just kidding. You're right. So I want you to kind of hear about this. This is going to matter here in a few minutes to employees. I will say this right off the bat. Thank you for not being on your phone and giving us your full attention. That means a lot to us. Okay? Doesn't happen that often. I don't see one phone up, so thank you. But if you ask Ray today what matters the most, he's going to tell you family. And so what happens with these values is the reason you're picking these values is they were most likely violated or validated in your life at some point. And most likely it was between 7 years old and 16 years old. If you look up trauma experts, they're almost always going to tell you it's in that span. So when you look at these cards, you're looking at them and you're saying, you most likely have a moment where something in your life was either violated, like Ray's family was violated for him over and over. Now watch where I'm going with this. You'll love this. So if Ray worked for me, and say Ray was one of my employees, we love our employees. We look at them and we say, if I know your values, I know you go Tuesday nights to hang out with your family, and Saturday, every other Saturday, you go to where your family is in Georgia. Does it really make sense that I violate that for you over and over and over? Bad people don't leave fucking jobs for fucking money or because they don't have a 401k. They leave it because you violate their values as a human being. I mean, I got people that work for me that actually probably made more at one time, or maybe they made less, but I guarantee you they were leaving because somebody kept violating them core values as a human being. Does that kind of make sense a little bit? I'll give you another example. I mean, Grant's got his own. You want to fucking cry, let Grant tell you his. It'll fuck you up. I mean, mine is time. When I was 30 years old, I bought a car. I was about to buy a car, and my mom says to me, she looks at me dead in the eye, she goes, Chris, I got to tell you something. Cancer's back. Third time in a row. Beat it when she was 1, or when I was 1. Beat it when I was 16. Every 15 years, like clockwork. Look at my mom, I'm like, damn. She's like, it's pancreatic. It's terminal. Ooh, get in there! Got it. So I say to my mom, this is a couple years. My mom stretched 6 months to 2 years. I said, Mom, I want to buy this car. I am cool. I want to buy this car. My mom says, you never know when your last day is. Buy the car. She ended up passing away a few years, or a few months after that. And so, what do you think one of my values are? Time, 100%. You will not get me to hop on a phone call with you, if you're a website partner, unless I can make a difference with my time to you. You want to call me and ask me if it's pink or red? Which site should I do? I don't want to be on that call. You want to hop on a call and say, hey, you want to analyze my business? It's going to affect my entire family. That means a lot to me. Time is everything. Fun's another one. I worked since I was 12 years old. I moved slate. I built pool tables for my dad. I had no fun when I was a kid. No fun at all. So on my value cards is fun. So if you're going to get me to come to fucking Orlando, I sure as shit am going to have fun.
That's why we have beer.
That's why we have beer. I gotta have fun. If it's gonna be miserable for me, you ain't gonna get me to do it. It's just not possible. Working this in, pretend now I'm an employee for you. I value time, I value fun, I value impact. I want you to start thinking. Kind of that process. If I worked for you, would you really violate certain things for me? Does it kind of start coming together a little bit now? When you have it, this works with 1 employee or 20. I know every one of my employees' values. I know a few stories per value. I want to know them all. But you cannot get me to violate them. I'll probably have most of these employees for years. Knock on wood, we have basically 0 turnover. 0 turnover. Almost at 25 employees with the entire team. Got 14 or 13 just in Milwaukee alone, North Carolina. If you don't know who's working for you and what they are as a person, you are really struggle busting through it, okay? And we're going to kind of work this through. It's those 3 values. So if you know what your team's values are, you would never violate them, right? You wouldn't. You would do everything to validate them as a human being. Grant, what's one of your values?
Family.
Family. Do you feel comfortable telling a story?
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, I could always talk about it, of course.
Can you tell us your family story?
You little bitch. Just kidding. Yeah, I got violated too at a young age. So my dad, much like Chris, at 11 years old, we just moved out from Brookfield, Wisconsin. Oddly enough, Detailer's Roadmap.
Where we're at.
It's Pennsylvania for my dad's job. Big CEO. Was killing it. I'm one of 5 kids. I'm right in the center. And I'll never forget when our dad and my mom sat my brother Reed and I down at the table, and my dad had colon cancer. It hit him hard. They go in, they cut 1.5 feet of his colon out through surgery. Colon cancer is, pretty preventable. So any of you people that haven't, every single person in here should be getting colonoscopies. It's actually kind of fun. You get the Michael Jackson drug. It's cool. But you go in there and you get colonoscopies and it helps out. But 18 inches of his colon gets cut out. He goes through a couple chemo treatments. He's cancer-free for about 4 months. They missed a polyp by 4 inches. Not only did it come back, it came back with vengeance. Took him out quickly. So at 13 years old, my mom has to raise 5 kids on her own. We lost our dad. I'll never forget sitting in that front room and watching my dad get pulled out of that house on a chair and a bag. He died in our home. So at 13 years old, I had to step into a big new identity for myself and for my family. But the best thing ever, my mom, man. Oh, my mom. What a queen she is. She never showed it once to this day. My mom stepped up for all of us when she needed it the most. So now I'm a dad of 2. I got a 3-week-old at home, baby girl. Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you. If you want me to tell you how I made her, I could do that, maybe after this. But I got a 19-month-old boy, right? And I have a 3-week-old girl at home, and we're gonna keep them going. We're not stopping, right? And family's so important to me, and legacy, it's a big one on there too, because my dad, even though I was 13 years old, I never forget anything about him. But specifically, when we had his viewing, there was a line out the door. Thousands of people that I never met in my life. My dad was just a dad. We'd play basketball together, we'd eat Cheetos together, right? We'd go on car rides, and he'd come up with these crazy stories as I'm in his truck in the front seat, when my mom would yell because I was like 5 years old and shouldn't be in the front seat. Well, I was. He'd be going over medians just to put a smile on my face. Right? My dad left a legacy behind, and at 13 years old, I realized it. There's nothing inside of me that obviously I wish I had my dad for another day, but he left the greatest legacy behind, and I was 13 years old, not just for myself, but for everybody else. And there's a guy that got up during his ceremony. It was an open stage, open mic. I got up. My dad, again, was a big CEO, big business dude. I didn't realize that. Think about that. He ran $100 million businesses. I didn't know. He never brought it home, not a single time. His rule was, when we called, didn't matter if he was signing a deal for $100 million or if he was just having lunch, his secretary would walk into that room, take him out of the room so he could pick it up. And most of the time I was just yelling and saying that my mom wouldn't let me have more Cheez-Its. Right? But every single time he picked up, it was the rule. When my kids call, you come and get me, no matter what. My wife calls, you come and get me, no matter what. It wasn't like I have a polisher in my hand right now, I'm worrying about the next deal, worrying about the next sale, worrying about the next product that I have to purchase. No, every single time my wife calls, she just calls me right now, I'm walking out. I don't turn on Do Not Disturb. Right? My family has access to me at all times. It's all based off the legacy my dad left behind. So this gentleman gets up on stage, tells a story, never seen him a day in his life. Just so happened, turning to you, buddy. Just so happened to be the janitor at his business. Right? My dad was running a multi-million-dollar business, $100 million, thousands of employees under him. And every single day my dad walked in, he would go and find the janitor. Every single day. When he would leave at the end of the day, he would go and find him and say goodnight. There was no, I'm the CEO, like you're the bottom of the barrel. There's none of that. He would ask about his kids, how he's doing for the day, what's he doing on the weekend, every single day, 5 days a week, without fail. So me being a business owner and me being able to scale a business so quickly, just like Chris, and have incredible people with zero turnover, is because of the legacy side of it. If I was to die today, I'd be a happy man. There's nothing that I haven't done in my life right now that I would consider as being bad, or I wish I didn't do, or I wish I could do more of. Am I a little crazy? Fuck yeah, right? But most people want to wait till they're 65 to be able to retire, right, and then start living. Why? Why can't you do it now? Each and every one of you in this room can do it right now. There's nothing better than walking in to a facility and having 25 friends every single day. Even one friend starts there every single day. There you get to go. So family and legacy are two of my big ones there.
You got to think, once again, that value is violated or validated. I mean, to throw the other side out of it, like Ray's and mine, and I'm sure it's on his too, is impact.
Yeah.
Right? I'll never forget the very first time I did a website for a detailer. It was actually Mike Carlin of IGL. Mike called me, and he goes, the website, it did okay. I'm like, oh, cool, what's okay? He's like, I got 40 leads. I'm like, okay. He's like, I got 40 leads last year. I'm like, oh, in my head, I'm like, March to March, okay. You got the same amount of leads. He goes, no, I got 40 leads all of 2020. I got 40 leads this past month. You changed everything for me. Impact was validated, right? He sung to me, right? Cheered the bell for me. He knew how to work me, whether he knew it or not. So when I look around and I look at a few of these, what are some of the ones that, like, if I had to pick on you, what's one of yours?
Family, that there seems to be a vibe here, but loyalty.
Loyalty? Was that violated? Don't take this the wrong way. I'm going to teach you how to do this just with your own employees. Was that, if you don't mind, was that violated for you or validated for you?
I'm not sure. I'd have to.
Yeah, it could be
time
both.
to think a little deeper on that. But.
Yeah. Is there a story out of any of these that you feel comfortable telling?
I mean, fun. Currently, my husband and I just work ourselves to death.
Yeah.
And like, I don't have a lot of fun in my life. So
Damn! Oh, Ryan! Ryan, you going on the violation route, big time.
I mean, well, we don't. Like,
Yeah, you're building a business.
But, you know, I guess that was violated in my early 50s.
Yeah.
Like, that's what we want, and it's just been the last couple years that we're like, we just created a job for ourselves.
Yep.
We didn't create a business.
Okay.
So we're switching.
Show you a trick. Jack your prices up 15%. You take a mandatory one Friday off per month. You had your customers pay for your fun. Now, that works because it's you two. I don't know how big of a business it is. You might have 20 employees for all I know. But I want you to kind of understand. If you keep violating, fuck this business. Right? From a business owner standpoint, can't do that with employees, but you got to really start thinking about it. Okay? My employees are some of my best friends. Very lucky. Didn't hire them as my best friends. How about you, Joab? Watch this.
I would say one of them, integrity.
Oh, I was gonna say family. Fuck.
Huh?
Why integrity? Was it violated or valued for you? Violated or validated for you?
I think it's validated. It's just, you know, I grew up with a hard dad, and he's like a man's man, and so
Yeah.
it's got to go with like your word is your word, and it's like, what is it? Death before dishonor.
Yep.
Type of thing.
Yeah.
So,
So integrity means everything for you.
yeah. It's your word.
What do you think fires up Joab more than anything? Probably a bad review or something, right? Because it goes against his integrity.
Yeah.
I bet you he goes to fucking 10. Is it pretty accurate?
Pretty accurate.
So if you work with Joab and you're kind of like, you know he's got integrity on his list, you're not going to pick him apart as a human being and what he means to his family and his business, right? So I want you to kind of understand this. I personally like to do this as a manager and a business owner with kind of like smaller teams under 5. At a certain stage, Pat back there is now managing employee, you know, and he has to know Johnny's values, right? I got to tear it down because we're getting so big that it's getting tough to know everything. But Pat has to know what makes his employee underneath him tick, right? Why these values? Did you violate? Why are these violated or validated? I mean, I won't say which employee it is, but basically came up to me a week ago and said, it's the best thing I ever did, come in here. The best thing. Ticked my impact business, right? Ticked my impact so hard. This person was crying. It's like, I just can't believe somebody made an opportunity for me to be seen. They didn't even see this, right? I had this whole presentation that people want to be seen and violate, all that stuff. So I want you does that kind of help a little bit? Does anyone have any questions? Go ahead.
How are you going about finding out your employees or team members?
They all have it in their hands.
So you have cards.
That's why you got the cards. You take the cards, you do this exact scenario. This will be recorded. It takes a minute. You got to watch this a couple times. Taylor and Pat have seen this a couple times already because, heck, I brought them all down to Mexico, literally 2 weeks ago. And at a certain stage, I knew their values so much that I actually wanted them to talk more about their own values, right? Because they work with each other. It's not just me working with them 40 hours a week, but they got to know each other's values. If you know somebody's time and family got violated and Pat's your manager, is it really good for Pat to keep asking him to work till 10 o'clock every single night? So you take the cards, and you could go to Ray Sanders' website and do this assessment at home if you don't have the cards. But if you go to raysanders.com and go to online assessment, he does this in a digital form. I like the physical one. The physical one wakes you the fuck up. And you got to tell a story. So how you break it down is you give them the cards. I literally did it with all of you. We just don't have enough time to make you all cry. But you break it down, you show them the 10, they hate you when you tell them it's 5, and then you tell your story of one of your values, and was that violated or validated in your life? Most people tend to sometimes go to the violation, right, because it's more powerful a little bit, and then you get them to tell you one of their stories, right? She wanted to tell me about this one. She just wasn't ready. She was ready to she wanted to talk to me about family. She didn't want to cry in front of you, so she chose fun. You got to let them build it on their own time. Is that pretty accurate?
Sure.
Yeah, I've done this once or twice. All right, I'm going to hand it off to Grant to talk about my next part of this. This is one portion of this. The next part, take pictures. This is Grant's thing. I'll tell you what, out of the gate, I wouldn't be where I'm at unless I had some of these columns.
Thanks, buddy.
Yep.
So now we're talking implementation, right? So now you have all these, you have your team, you have their values, you can understand. Dude, why did you have no cell phones? I have everybody.
I told him to take pictures.
Yeah, no, you're good. Yeah, please do. So it's all about implementation, right? And when you go through your values, for me, it was family time, fun, right, were the 3. But when we're in the lifespan of being a business owner, especially in the industry that we're in, your time gets pulled away fairly quickly. You're one phone call away at 11 a.m. from being there till 4 a.m., right? You're one person calling in sick or calling out for a flat tire for the 14th time this week, right? From you having to step in because the customer and that 5-star review and potentially even, most of the time, that $500 that you need to take care of payroll, rent, next product, whatever it is, has to come through that door. I'll never forget, backstory for my detail shop. I've been out of that shop since 2021. It's been fully running and operating since 2021. It's a multi-million-dollar business that grows every single year on its own without me being there. And it's all based off of this. And based off of this. Right? So we say, okay, how can we get my time back? It's really important. How can we build something? Right now in the US, there's more businesses that have been around for 40 years that are super successful that are shutting down because they have nobody to take it over or it's not sellable. How many of you in here right now would buy your business if you're an investor? Raise your hand. Whoa. Okay, good. All right, we're going to turn this around. All right? I would too now, right? So the question you have to ask yourself every single day, the first question I ask myself when I wake up is, would I buy my business? And the answer for the majority of this room is no. The next question you ask yourself is, why not? And you list it out, you literally write it. You could type it too, but like Chris and myself, I like having it in front of me. Why not? Why wouldn't you buy your business? What's the answer around you? What would you have to do today to your business to make it sellable? Right? Because at some point, if something happens, like to my dad, to Chris's mom, right, where something that is out of your control happens to you, you have to take care of your family. If something was to happen today to you and you got sick and you can't go into your business, or God forbid, you pass away, right? That business has to be sold or has to run and operate to take care of your family still. Right? If something was to happen to me today, my business is still going to take care of my wife, still take care of my kids forever. That won't change. Right? Or she can go and sell it because it's sellable. Right? Being sellable doesn't mean you have to go and put it on the market and sell it, but it just means that it's running and operating without you being there at the highest level possible. So when you're looking at these 4 columns, which is my favorite thing, I did this probably 5 years ago now with the 4 columns, and it completely changed my life and the trajectory of the business without me having to be there. Because time is really important to me, right? Because I lost it with my dad. I got to see exactly what my mom went through, right? So I wanted to get my time back. I wanted to be able to have the ability to leave at any moment, whatever it might be, to go and support my wife or just to go on a trip. In 2021, I tested the theory behind this. I'm gonna go over this in a second. I left for 2 months. 2 months, I hit the road. I bought a camper with my wife. We hit the road in our Ford Excursion. I drove from Pennsylvania to San Diego. We took off 2 months, hitting up 7 national parks. From San Diego to Seattle, drove all the way back. Best part about national parks is there's no cell service. Nobody could get a hold of me, right? And they knew that. I wanted to test the theory of, is this business going to be able to run and operate without me being there? You know what happened when I got back? It increased by 13%. I thought I was everything. I built a multi-million-dollar business. It's successful, right? I can actually take a paycheck on a bi-weekly basis like everybody else, right? It's actually paying me good, right? And the business grew by 13%. I was holding it back. That was a nice little gut punch, right? So with the 4 columns, the whole idea around this is to get back into the I love this column. Because most of us, where we fall in is the F this column. Fuck this, right? How many of you walk into work every day like, fuck, this sucks? Yeah, exactly. Me too. I was like that for years. Because what we typically do is when we're hiring people, is we're training them to do the stuff that we love to do. And then there's replacing us in that, right? For me, it was people interaction. I love talking to people, just like Chris. I love it. I want to interact with as many people as possible and do all the sales, right? I love that. I love when somebody says yes. I don't care if it's for a $200 job or a $40,000 job. I'm fired up, right? But I replaced somebody with that right away because I knew how to do it and it was really easy to train. So what I want each and every one of you to do is when you go back, please take a photo of this, is I want you to write down everything that you do for your business on every single day basis. Everything. Payroll, take out the trash, ordering products, doing interior details, doing exterior details, applying film, getting trained for ceramic coatings, hiring people, firing people. Who likes to fire people in here? That's good. We got 3 people, okay? You don't mind firing people, right? Every one of us hates it, right? Like, it sucks to fire somebody. Well, guess what? Hire somebody else to do it. Simple as that. I haven't fired a single person. We also have never had a single person leave our facility. I started the business in 2018. I left pharmaceutical world to start a detailing shop. It's supposed to be for beer money, right? And turn into what it is today, right? Go ahead.
For the record, I like firing people because I'm only firing the ones who aren't willing to put in the effort or be a part of the team.
Might not know their values.
Yep. Yeah. Right?
Don't know how to motivate them.
Yeah. I don't.
It's a big sign. Potentially.
Right? So when you're firing people too, how many of us give 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12 chances? Right? Yeah, all of us, okay? We're all part of that, all right? Me too. And that's why I guarantee it, when I go back home, somebody's gonna be fired. I can guarantee you, because whenever I leave for vacations, I come back, I'm like, where'd that person go? Jim's like, oh, I let him go. I was like, why didn't you do it when I was here? He goes, because you'd keep him. And it's true. So not every time I go back. It's not like we're hiring and firing people all the time. You know, we have a great squad. But when it happens, right? You give them too many chances, right? But to Chris's point, like maybe I just don't know their values at the time too, and maybe Jim and the team doesn't either. Right? This is a big point. Go ahead.
What do you do with that
great question. I know when it's enough when you actually add up the amount of people that this business affects, right? So we have 22 full-timers that every single one of them is now married, and they have kids, and they have people that they support. So when you add up just how many people that business affects on the day-to-day, now you're talking 60, 80, 100 people, and that one person affects them as a group, it's time to let them go. Right? And then it's a trickle-down effect too. Think of all your customers and everybody else. If a job doesn't get done right and you get a 3-star review that comes through, that's affecting everybody. That's affecting now your future customer base, right? So it gets to a point when it starts affecting everybody as a whole, it's time to let them go. For us, what we do when we let somebody go, we give them a full month's pay. Okay? Because I'm still a human. I'm not going to go and put them on the streets just because we hired them to do a job that wasn't best for them. Right? That was my bad. Right? I didn't give them the ability to actually show up every single day and do what they needed to do. That was my bad. So we give them a full month's pay.
What if they quit?
If they quit, no one's ever quit. So I don't know. I don't have an answer for you there. It's true. No one's ever quit. I don't know.
I pay my employees to quit. If they're willing to leave just for a quick buck, then they're not.
Yeah, they're not there. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't have experience with people quitting because I've never had anybody quit. So I don't know. We let them go before they have to. If they're quitting, you should have known ahead of time. Right? Most of it. But if it's future opportunity and they're quitting because they're going, typically when people quit, they're going after another opportunity that's better in the facility, that's on you. Right? If you give them everything and every opportunity to grow and come to a facility that has a family atmosphere and they can go and be successful, because most of us are paying everybody 15, 18 bucks an hour, right? You can't live off that. Can you live off 30 grand a year? Can you even live off 50 grand a year? No. All you guys are charging so little right now. Bump them up. We tripled our prices overnight. You know what happened? Nothing. We tripled our prices overnight back in 2021. Tripled them. And guess what? Nothing happened. We actually got more qualified customers that came through the door, and we're happy to pay that difference. And I was able to go and level up every single team member so that they can go and travel, buy the cars they want, have more kids, buy a house, actually buy a house. We were able to then put in 401k, health benefits, give them legit PTO. When they have a kid, they get 6 months off. We're a detail shop. Go ahead.
I happen to hear that if you happen to be very close with your employees, it might be difficult to give them constructive feedback. How do you feel about that?
They'll respect you more, actually, when you get really close to them, because they're going to know when you come in to give them constructive feedback that you're serious. My team knows. If I come in and I give them that look, they know the look, right? Now I'm not there anymore. I go in, I'm the fun guy now, right? So I go in just to hang out and give them high fives and do what my dad did with the janitor. But when you get really close to them and you walk into the door and you give them constructive feedback, big lesson I learned, tell them 3 great things that they're already doing before you tell them the thing that they're not. Because if you're just going in and telling them every single time, oh man, like, oh my God, you didn't clean that wheel. How did you not get that hub? Oh my God, the seatbelt still has stains on it. How can you not think about that? Right? And you do that over and over, and you dig and you dig and you dig. Right? Where's the respect level there? But if you go in and say, hey, the rocker panels, you crushed it on. I went through the visor, you got that visor down, you wiped it off with a microfiber. Right? The sunroof, you actually got the sunroof this time and cleaned it perfectly. There's no streaks in it. Hey, just want to let you know, moving forward, just pay a little bit more attention to this hub. I just realized there's a little extra dirt in there. So moving forward, if you don't mind just going over the hubs one more time, that'd be great. For every one bad thing you want to tell a team member, give them 3 great things that they already did. Right? Because it's going to make you think, because you just want to run up to them right away and just hammer out with what they did wrong every single time. Can't believe you missed this. Oh my God, the customer called me. How dare you miss it? Right? But the reality is when you pull yourself back, it's going to be a lot more effective when you give them 3 great things that they did for every one that they got to work on. Not that they did wrong, just one that they got to work on. Go ahead.
You say you triple your prices.
Yeah.
What way did you do it?
I literally went online and tripled them.
Are you below the industry?
Were we below industry?
Yeah.
No, I just valued my team and what we did more, right? But it's true. I literally went online and tripled our prices. Up to 4 details. Yeah, it's really easy. Yeah. I realized value, and I said, okay, I'm gonna try to get through this in like 4 minutes, and I'll take a question too, right? For when we were looking at our prices, and I was looking at the team, it's really easy to tell a customer, just like I told you guys, hey, the reason we're priced the way we are, and we're 3 times more expensive, and we're bigger than any shop around. Let's charge less. Everyone wants to go to the bottom. After that, doesn't work. I mean, it will work. Your business is going to go with it, right? So when we tripled our pricing overnight, we tell our customers, hey, the reason we're priced the way we are is because we pay our team members really well. The money's not going into my pocket, it's actually going into theirs. They're able to buy the cars they want, buy houses, go and travel, and have more kids. So if you bring your facility to us, you're not affecting my pocket, you're actually affecting theirs. And I really appreciate it, the opportunity. Right? Okay? Get it? Right? And it's going to be $64,000. Go ahead.
I was gonna ask you just besides like SOPs, because I was learning about that too. Like, when you have new members on the team, what's the best practice to kind of solidify the culture?
With SOPs, yeah, culture. Yeah, culture they're going to realize right away. So culture they're going to be part of right away when they come into the facility. We don't hire people with experience. We want zero experience. We want to be able to train within, right? Yep. So yeah, right, Jared? So yeah, you don't hire people with experience. You train them within, because then they're going to be part of the culture. Everyone starts in the detailing department. Every single one is washing cars, right? Because we're talking about SOPs. We don't write them out. They're not there. Right? We want to make sure that we can train them from step one all the way through, and then they have the ability to build up. Guys that are washing cars are not applying film. Guys that are applying film are not polishing cars. Guys that are polishing cars are not laying tint. Right? We have departments based. You think corporate structure, small business look and feel. In a corporation, everybody has their positions that they're in. Small business look and feel is for the consumer, so that when they walk in, they realize that they're actually coming and supporting a small business. Okay, I'm going to take these questions. Let me just buzz through this real quick. Cool? So when you're going through this list, I want you to write down everything that you do. And at first, it's going to be small. But you got to think of everything 365 days a year, because tax season sucks. How many people are extending their taxes out to October because they really didn't want to do the taxes, because they really didn't want to go through the books, because they really didn't want to look at how much money they actually lost? Yeah, motherfuckers, I know, me too. Okay? So when you're going through this, write down everything that you do. And then what you're going to do is you're going to build out 3 columns, and the 4th column is the discovery one. I added this about 2 years ago. Column number 1, I love this. It's actually the reason you started the business in the first place. That's the I love this column, right? So you're going to literally go through your whole list and start moving it over to I love this column. The second column is I don't mind doing this right now, but I don't want to do it forever. It's kind of like mindless task. Doesn't really provide you energy, really doesn't take it away. It's just kind of there. Right? You don't mind doing it, you really don't want to do it forever, but it's kind of there. And column number 3, which I guarantee most of your list is going to be, is fuck this. That's the F this column. Right? That's the column that's going to be the longest by far. Okay? So what you did in the F this column, guess what? You just built out a job profile. Okay? You just built out maybe 1, 2, 3 job descriptors in the F this column that now you get to go put online and hire for. 80% of your time is spent doing stuff you're actually not good at and you don't want to do. Okay, so you just freed up 80% of your time. You're like, how can I pay this person to do it? Well, guess what? You just freed up 80% of your time in the F this column that now you get to support and put towards the I love this column, or I don't mind doing this right now. Second job, after you build out the F this column and hire somebody, you got to find somebody that their I love this column is your F this column. Because now they're going to be damn good at what they do that you really suck at. Right? So you're putting people into positions. Do you think they're going to leave a job that they love to do? Nope. So you build a job descriptor here, that's 80% of your time. The other 15% of your time that you're going to free up is not, I don't mind doing this right now, I don't want to do it forever. Most of those tasks you can usually fill under the F this column because they're mindless and other people won't mind doing it too. And then I love this column, you just hired yourself full time doing the stuff you actually love to do. You're welcome. 4th column is the discovery list. This is the stuff you've always wanted to do, kind of like Joanna with fun, right? This is stuff you've always wanted to do, but you just don't have the time to do it, because you're so inundated into the day-to-day of work. So the discovery list is what you're going to put out there. For me, it was travel. It was buying and selling cars. It was starting additional businesses. It was consulting and helping other businesses out, right? And then you're going to free your time and put some of that time that you freed up from the F this column into your discovery list. You don't know if you love it, hate it, or don't mind it. You're going to figure it out. Cool? This is going to free up. I shit you not. This is going to free up your whole life. And your business is going to skyrocket based off it. When you put what Chris has talked about, validation, violation, going through these cards with your team, and you team it up with this, your business is going to go, and it's not going to stop. The best part about it, too, is now I'm completely out of it. Unfortunately for myself, because I'm no longer needed there, is I hired somebody to do the I love this column, Mikey. Right? Now my business is sellable, but I'm not needed. What that did, passive income, we all hear about it, the good old Instagram, get some passive income. Right? Become a millionaire today. It's true. It's actually true. It's not bullshit. Right? Because this business fully runs and operates on its own. without me there. It's been doing it since 2021. All I do is go and say, here's the new numbers for next year. It's their job to hit them. Key word, it's their job. Key phrase, I should say. It's their job to hit those numbers. Okay? But they love to do it because it affects each and every one of them.
Cool. We are at time, but until they kick us out, if you guys have questions, raise your hand. We'll go until they kick us out.
Good.